Hey guys, so this is number 30 from the homework. I just kind of want to give you an example of what you need to be doing, all right? The other video I posted on here should make sense. The other video from the other YouTube account, all right? It should make sense and it should kind of tell you what you need to do, but I know sometimes we can still get lost when we're doing our homework, so I wanted to give you like a direct this is what we're doing, okay? So, on problem 30, this is part A. You only have to do part A. On 25 through 32, you only have to do part A. Alright? So, basically it just says show that they are inverses algebraically, okay? The way we show they are inverses algebraically is through composition, okay? So, we're going to do f composed of g of x and g composed of f of x. If both of these at the end of it all equal x, so in other words, after you compose both of them, and they both equal x on both sides, then you can say f and g are indeed inverses. You must show your work. That is something I will be checking for. I'm talking a step-by-step process, okay? Because it's entirely possible that some of you could just write, oh yeah, they're inverses, I'm done. No, alright? I need to see each step. Alright, so f composed of g of x, okay? That's going to look like this. F of g of x. So that just means I'm going to take the g function and I'm going to plug in for f. So I'm going to take this g function right here, and it's going to plug in for x right here on the f function. Okay? So in other words, it's going to be something like this. Alright, so the f function is the cube root, this is a cube root symbol, sorry, of 3 times x. But now instead of x, I'm going to be multiplying it by g, because I'm plugging in the g function for x. Wow, my handwriting is bad today. Sorry about this. Okay? So that thing should go over all of it, okay? And so, but I know what g of x is. It's this guy right here. So instead, I could write the cube root of 3 times, okay, the g function is x cubed. That's a cube. Wow, this is bad. Plus 10. I need to give me like a tablet or something. Divided by 3. Okay, and then we still have the minus 10 from up here. So all I did was plug in what g actually is. Okay? So then, we can start looking at inside the cube root. Okay? Now, let me be very clear. At this moment, this 3 and this 3, the cube root and the cube on the x do not cancel out. The only time you can cancel out a cube and a cube root is if the cube is applying to everything. See, this cube root is applying to everything underneath it, right? Is this cube, this power of 3, applying to everything right here? No, it's only applying to the x, right? So in order to cancel those two things out, this cube right here would have to be applying to everything underneath the square root, okay? And that might happen at the end, but right now it's not happening. So you see that 3 is multiplying to this, so you're allowed to cancel out the 3's. So now you have the cube root of x cubed. Okay, that was just too bad. I do not know. Usually I can write a little bit better than this. Okay. Of x cubed, okay, because they still have the plus 10 from the numerator, and then you still have the minus 10 from the original function, so minus 10. Okay, now at these point in time, you should say, oh yeah, the plus 10 and the minus 10 get to cancel out. So now you have, right over here, so now you have the cube root of x cubed. Now, look at this power of 3. Is it applying to everything underneath the square root sign? Yes, it is. I mean, the cube root sign, my apologies. So this 3 and this cube root get to cancel each other out, which would leave me with just x. Awesome. You're not done. At this point in time, you cannot say that they are inverses. It has to work both ways, okay? So we just saw that everything in f undid g. We need to see if everything in g is going to undo everything in f. Alright, so g composed of f of x means g of f of x. So we're going to take the f function and plug in it. So in other words, and since I don't want to run out of space again and do this, instead of having x cubed plus 10 divided by 3, we're going to have the f function cubed. Man, I cannot write today. Plus 10 divided by 3. Okay? And then we know what the f function is. It's this guy right here, so I'm going to plug it in. So that's going to give me, parentheses, the cube root, that's a cube root, of 3x I just cannot write today, guys. I really do apologize. Minus 10. Okay, so I plugged in the f function, but it needs to be cubed. So I'm going to close this parentheses, and I'm going to cube it. And then I'm going to say plus 10 divided by 3. Once again, I expect to see work, okay? I don't want you skipping steps on this. Now, this cube and this cube root. Okay, does this power of 3 apply to everything inside the parentheses? Yes, it does. Does this power of 1/3 apply to everything else inside the parentheses? Yes, it does. So that means, because that's what a cube root is. It's a power of 1/3. You should have talked about that in Algebra 2. But just to remind you, a cube root is really just saying that 3x minus 10. So the cube root of 3x minus 10 is really just simply saying 3x minus 10 raised to the 1/3 power. So in other words, this cube root and this cube, since they're directly next to each other, I'm going to get to cancel them out. So I'm going to get 3x minus 10 plus 10 from right here, all divided by 3. And so now at this point in time, you should be able to say, oh yeah, the negative 10 and the positive 10 cancel each other on the numerator. So that gives you 3x divided by 3. And then you should see that you can cancel out the 3's and you get just x. Since it both got x's, you can now conclude that since composing f of g and composing g of f both got you x, you can conclude that these two functions, f and g, are indeed inverses. Alright, guys, I just kind of want to see, like, this is what I'll be looking for. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to send me a remind. Work hard, get this done. Thank you. Don't forget, you have a quiz tomorrow. This stuff is going to be on it. Okay, as well as everything else we've covered about piecewise functions and inverses. It's a minor grade, not a major grade. It will be on Canvas. Thanks.